Hey guys, welcome back to Love the Bunny. And in this week's video, this is episode 3 of our rabbit care series. We are going to be talking about housing and what you can put your rabbit in and how to fit it in your space and different things along that line. So if you guys want to see that, stay tuned for this video. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to be talking about in this video is bunny proofing. So let's get started. Okay, so bunny proofing is a very important part before you even figure out where your rabbit's going to stay. So I have answers for cords and stuff like that, but I don't really have answers for walls and trim and things of that sort. So I'm going to import some clips right here of what our walls look like, but really this is like a downstairs basement area. We pretty much just keep like storage and stuff down here. It's obviously a filming area, art area for me. The rabbits are down here, stuff like that. So the walls we really aren't really too particular about, so I'm just going to show you guys some clips real quick of what the walls look like. Okay, so this is like a window sill they like to sit in. You guys can see it's a window. They have chewed on the walls some right here. They just kind of like to chew on it. They don't chew on it all the time, just sometimes. That's one little damaged area. But there is some different ways you can bunny-proof your walls. We just really haven't had a big problem with that, because plus the curtains cover it up, so you really don't even see it. So anyways, guys, that was like the only like place I could find that really was noticeable that they had chewed on it. And my rabbits are out most of the time during the day, because no matter what you put your rabbit in, they're gonna have to be out for at least 3 to 6 hours a day, and both my rabbits are out for about that amount of time. So for cords, this is a really nice and affordable option. These are called cord protectors. You can find them at, like, we bought ours actually at Home Depot. It took us a while to find some, but here's what it looks like. You can cut them to size. Just kind of looks like a snake. And you guys can see, like, they open and you just like place the cord in there, and it's plastic, so your rabbit will not be able to get the cord. But there are some ways you can like hide cords if you don't have access to this, or if you don't have that in your budget. It is only like, I think, about $2 for this big package of them. I don't actually have a package now because I've used them all, but I'll try to get a picture here for you guys. That's just kind of how all of that works. There's other videos on YouTube you can watch on how to bunny proof. For example, I really don't have that much experience with bunny proofing, just because like this area, really, if they mess things up, it's not that big of a deal. I'm just making sure everything is safe. Another thing, you're just going to want to make sure there's no toxic items on the floor, because if you know rabbits, they will chew and chew and chew and chew and chew and chew. And you're just going to want to make sure everything in their area is pet friendly and pet safe. And really, for me, that wasn't that hard, just because like the walls and stuff and the trim is like fine, just because, you know, it's not that big of a deal. But there are other videos you can watch for stuff like that. Okay, so one of the best options for your rabbits is definitely free roam. I am full free roam if you can. For example, I have 2 rabbits. They're not bonded, so free roaming obviously isn't an option for me, but if it was, I probably would bunny proof this entire basement and free roam them, and that would be super great. You could just specifically free roam in one room, as I'm going to be showing you how I could have in our old house that we used to live in, but instead I did a very dysfunctional option, so I'm going to be showing you that right now. In my bedroom, I wanted to show you something that I really made a big mistake about. So my bed, this is actually the same bed I used to have in our old house, used to be like on like stilts, and it was like way higher than it is now, and Thumper would get under my bed. Just a quick tip, you can take those stilts off and then your bed is like this, because I mean our setup was very dysfunctional just because I didn't know about that. So yeah, take the stilts off, your rabbit can't get under it. It's very helpful, and that is the tip of the day. So another great option which I use is an X-Pin. X-Pins are super cheap. I will link the one we bought down below. They are about like $35. You can order them online on Amazon, free shipping, everything. It's like super cheap, super easy to set up. It's plenty big. It's very functional because you can very easily get into your rabbit's cage. Definitely the X-Pin out of so far all the things I've had is my favorite because I can very easily clean it, and it's super light and bright. And I will be showing you guys really quickly what we did with our pins. I'm going to be showing you guys our rabbit cage. Okay, so I'm going to stand up and show you the just kind of like overview. That's how big and how much space this is. But this is 2 X pins, extra large dog pins. So, just like there's a door in the front, and it opens and it clips, and then you can like open and close it very easily. And this is just so great. So like, this is like the bottom floor area, litter box, bed, mats, everything. So you can also do a lot of creative things. We used some NIC grids, and we made this little level with a little thingy that they can hop up here. They're always up here. They love to interact right there. They're just always up here. We divided it from Thumper's X-Men. There's his. So yeah, they just really, really love this. We had to put a support beam right here, but that worked really easily because, yeah, just because without the support beam, it was like super floppy, and we did have to like put a roof, and it's a little bit floppy, but we put a roof just so like they wouldn't be able to get out, because this really isn't that high. They could easily jump into one another's cage if they got up here. So that's why we put a roof, especially because they like to sit on top of these hidey houses, and that's not very high. They could very easily jump, especially Teddy because he likes to jump. So yeah, that's like the next option is an NIC grid condo. So you guys probably remember I actually had one of these. I've had a lot of setups. I'm just saying, I've had from good to bad to really good to finally like the best setup, which is what I have now. I just changed my setup a lot because I'm always like trying to figure out something that works better. So anyways, I originally started out after my really small cage. I'll put a picture up here for you guys to see what Thumper's original cage was. That is just a Google picture because I don't actually have pictures of how it was set up. And obviously then I didn't have my YouTube channel, so I don't have anything. So they're not labeled as NIC grids. People just call them that in the pet world. Anyway, so what they actually are is they are called the like grid storage cubes, so they can like position into like a cube. And they do come with, I just wanted to say, these little protector things, not protectors, connectors that like, I'm trying to figure out how these work. I honestly forgot. That connect, but I have heard a lot of, the first time I used these, I didn't use zip ties, I just used these, and it worked fine. But I have actually heard a lot of stories about how rabbits have gotten out of those, so I would just personally not use those. I did originally, but Thumper wasn't very gung-ho to get out, so you know. And then I would recommend though using zip ties. I really like this size right here. It's like a middle size from the super small ones. I like those, and they're pretty strong. So yeah, I would recommend zip ties instead of like these, because these just, I didn't really know. Obviously, I wouldn't really trust those. So yeah, they're just like metal and stuff. They are, once you make the cage, they are a little bit harder to move around. It's more expensive than an X-Pin, but you can be super creative with these. I would also recommend having some of these on hand because you can use them for bunny proofing purposes. So yeah. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about is a pet store cage. So please do not get a pet store cage. Once again, picture the one I got. I think mine was like $50 or something. It was actually a beginner rabbit care kit, and it had like some really bad rabbit care stuff in it. Anyways, I might sometime make a whole video on my cage itself that I started out with. It was just a really bad cage. It was super small, really dysfunctional. Anyways, I just want to say, if you're going to go out and get a pet store cage, like the expensive ones, it is so much cheaper and so much better just to get an X-Pin or something, because like an X-Pin's like $30, easy to set up, very functional, very easy to clean, like, plus it's bigger. It's just a lot easier. I also like how you can like move it around other stuff. So You can probably find a way to make an X-Pen work in your home, and I would highly recommend it because they're definitely the best beginner option because they're cheap, they're easy, and I would just recommend them in general. So I hope you guys enjoyed part 3. Stay tuned for part 4. We're almost done with the rabbit care series. 4 and then 5 and then we'll be done. So thank you for watching Love the Bunny. Don't forget to like and subscribe down below if you would like to see more rabbit care and informational videos. We'll be seeing you in our next video. Bye!